Welcome in everybody.
Hey, what's up?
How was everybody's weekend? Hope
Salute to the chat. What's up, everybody out there in the world? What's going
what's
on?
going on, Willie, sir?
What's good, Willis Jam?
Pardon me.
Uh, Today was a good day.
Today was a good day.
What happened?
You give me this
Cup of tea.
cup of tea.
It's potent.
Hey, Mike. Sunday Backyard Farmer.
Sunday.
Welcome in.
What the word is?
Billy Slow.
Man,
Billy
sorry,
Slow.
y'all. We just cleaning up our
Chicago,
little
right?
mess real quick. Everything going well out there in the world, man, and beautiful this beautiful sea, this beautiful land. How's things?
Listen, we had a washout this weekend.
No, we didn't.
It didn't rain most of the weekend. Oh no, no.
Nah. It rained
It rained
for a little
but
while. Hey, listen,
Yeah, Mike.
how's our internet looking? Are we nice and clean and clear? Hopefully. Let me know.
Hey,
Jova,
T
what up?
Rich, Jova.
Rich, what the word be? Philly slow in the building.
Yeah, babe, you didn't want to give me no ice. This tea
Ah.
is potent.
I told you, but just take a little sip.
I am, because I know
On
it's
a
gonna
Monday.
get hectic, and I was like, you know what? Let me have my husband make me some tea.
It's going in
It's
on a
gonna
Monday.
go.
Hey, listen, shout out to everybody stopping by, man, because I know that Monday night football might be hitting. So I appreciate
you know it is.
y'all hanging out with the family. Cheryl, what up? How you feeling?
Or
Yo, hopefully everybody got a good weekend in, a good work day back.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people that had to go back to work today. My job is getting we're supposed to slow down at this point, but shit, we just got busy. It's getting busier and busier, but that's okay because before you blink, Christmas is gonna be knocking at the door.
You ain't lying.
Halloween.
So let's do it. Let's get these hours, get this money.
Ugh,
Hopefully,
Kenny, what up?
I do good in school. Get my presents.
I hope so.
Yeah, that would be nice, Al. Talk to the big Santa, Big Klaus, the big
What
C.
did you want this year? A computer? A gaming computer?
Yeah,
stuff?
I want a PC. But I also want a new gun.
Joseph.
I want a revolver. 22 revolver.
Joseph.
Oh yeah?
I've been slipping on you, Joseph. Let me apologize in front of all these people.
What happened? Oh, you letting him slip.
I've been letting him slip because I haven't been keeping up with him.
You right.
So
right.
So if he has been eating his Oreos and
How you put the man on blast?
all that other stuff, I'm just saying it's my fault because I have not been checking it.
Don't be leaning into her. Don't be leaning in.
So
Nah. She'll get you right, but either way, man. Hopefully everybody has. As a matter of fact, shit. Who? There's a gang of people trying to get right. And I love the fact that this community has that ability to motivate each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the camaraderie of it. You know, it's not like you're trying to beat somebody out, but you want to participate in that. And I think that's dope. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, there's so many people.
Shout out to everybody that's trying to get they things right.
So
they life right.
So
Kenneth True Howard, shout out to him, man. He said, get right or get left. Hell yeah. I ain't getting left. I'm gonna get right. Yeah, man. But yo, I hope everybody had a dope weekend. Y'all pardon me. I'm trying to get some stuff out of the way real quick.
Yeah, we're both distracted right now. Like we not online. Hey Roger, Ramsey, Jay. So I'm sharing out the post. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing out the live.
Oh,
so
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Damn, Ramsey. Hey, it is what it is, you know. Let me throw this over there.
Come on.
Sorry, man. Sorry, baby. Man, they sometimes in the YouTube creator world, companies that send you things to do a review and check out and all that. Yeah, I don't know when this thing came. Shit about them. Did you see your box?
It came today.
You sure?
You know it came today when you seen that ring go off and he rung the doorbell and you watched him walk away and you probably was saying, I wonder if she gonna call me and tell me what came. She must have ordered something off of Amazon. You probably cursed me because you thought it was for me. That's what it was.
That's what it be. Shannon and what up, Cheyenne? How you feeling?
Chicago said, New York. Oh, hell no. What y'all got against New York?
Damn, Kansas City and New York don't get no love. Hey, New York pulled it out though yesterday though. They pulled it out.
Let's say that different.
No, why you gotta say it different?
They pulled it out.
Shout out to everybody that's pulling out. Aside from Gunrilla,
you laughing a little bit too hard, Alex.
Big Easy, what's the word? So man, listen. Either way,
let's get back on this.
Football time is here. Roger Tricker, what up, young fella? Mike Hand, man. I hope you're being safe out there, man. Mike. I know you watching the game. I know you.
Hey, Gina. Big Easy.
Jinta.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we had a fun weekend.
I know I did.
Alex, all right, he had a rough one.
My legs hurt, but it was fun. It was worth it.
Alex had a track meet on Saturday. Did a great run, a good time. Makaya, what up? What's popping? Yeah, he crushed his last time by nearly 4 minutes or so. His best time so far on this weekend. Mm-hmm. And then directly after, he went with the church youth group up to a place called Lake Blackshear, and they take the kids on boats and go tubing and all that. So Alex's first experience, not realizing that aside from it being fun, it's a very physical type of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a hot day, sunny out.
Nah, it was good.
It was good, but your ass came back burnt up. Really? So yeah, man, you was red all in the face and all that. Either way, he got beat up there by the waves and or whatever they do. That type of shit.
We going fishing I think in a few days or a few weeks.
Yeah.
The boys go fishing and the girls go to the mall shopping.
The shopping spree. Yeah. So shout out to
fishing in a minute, dog.
Shout out to the youth group, man. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's got their kids involved in something, so keep them going, keep them motivated. Speaking of which, listen, I know I don't ask for a lot from everybody. I need some help tonight too.
You asked me for everything.
What the? I need some help. I need some financial help from the people out here in the chat. Let me see if I can watch these numbers go down as I say something like this. Just kidding. My granddaughter, my oldest grandchild, she's doing she's raising money for her school, and they have a running program. So the more you donate, the less they have to run. I'm gonna pin, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna pin this in the chat. That's a link, man. You go over there, donate, and I'm not worried about what you donate, just donate. I'm gonna see if I can get her to pop in on us a little later on in the show. But yeah, go over there and donate to Nadia. She's doing she's getting involved. She's doing amazing things. And I got 10 on it. Hey, I don't think they don't got Cash App, but definitely go over to that site and it'll show you whatever you decide to donate. But I think she started a few days ago, and her goal I think is 310, and then she's got like 240 already or something like that. When you go over there, it'll show you exactly who donated and how much or whatever. So go over there and help my granddaughter out. I'm gonna send her this text, see if I can get her to hang out with us for a couple seconds. What do you think?
I've been told you to text them.
I know, but
you don't listen.
I know. Oh,
hey, Armel.
Armel, what up? What's popping?
Joseph said I support it. Well, Joseph, I needed you to support me today. Because let me tell you guys, I ran 1.5 miles. And I want to say for my 1.5 miles, it took me 15 minutes. And that's really bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because it usually takes us 2 miles to run in 15 minutes.
I dodged the bullet.
You right, Gina. That's what I should have done the first time. But
What are you trying to do?
wait, calm down.
Sorry. Hey, you know what? So yeah, we were trying to figure out how to pin a link. I don't know how to do it.
No, I want to
Control.
drop the link again inside the chat. Just the regular chat. Don't
Oh.
leave. Stop touching. Stop, Billy.
I got it. Invite. Got it.
What do you,
Boom.
Billy? Stop. You're not doing what I want you to do.
You said drop the link in the chat?
No, this link, sir. The link that I'm trying to copy and paste. Drop that link inside the chat.
Oh.
Baby, have it in your phone.
Oh, so why you didn't do that? You yelling at me?
Babe, because you're not.
Because you could have done it.
Listen,
right
we're not doing this. We're live.
My goodness.
Sorry, everybody.
Pimp, what's going on, young lady?
What up?
Right, Mike. He not listening.
To rip
He not
my
listening.
pen.
What are you talking about?
Everybody understood what I was trying to say except for you.
But the
Hey,
phone was close.
My
Shanna.
boy Jason, you
Hey, Kenny Love.
You see the shit I gotta go
and my
through?
boy right there.
Corey, what up?
You
What
have
up,
to
Coy?
pin links
Paste.
on the YouTube side and not StreamYard. Thank you, Gina.
You so smart. I knew you was
Hey,
smart.
Coy.
I
Hey,
knew
Coy,
you
how
smart.
was
Coy, I was being nice today.
how's the did you guys have ribs out there? I hope y'all
The
did.
shoot- had a
shooting
whole
queue,
lot of
they
chicken.
had a lot of stuff. Hey, Jason, the pimp. I need you to return my email. My you know what I'm saying. I'm called CPS on Erica
Thank you.
It's sissy.
to come see Billy.
Oh, there they go.
Hey, 10.
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
Hey, Nana and Amir.
Hi.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Ash, can you hear us good?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Yep.
can hear you. What's up? What's up, big fella?
Stop it.
Don't call me
Not
big
yet.
fella. No, I was allowed to call you big man.
Big
Not
man.
even. Not even big fella.
Hey, what's up, big fella, Nadia?
Yeah, big fella.
Hey, Nadia, listen. I'm trying to let these young folks know what
You
amazing
just got
things you're doing
$100.
at your school. So explain to me exactly what you're doing, because I like running, and I don't know if you're supposed to run more or less, but let me know what you gotta do at your school.
I have to. Wait, when I get to the school or when I go in it?
Well,
For
the
your
thing
fun
that-
run, your fundraiser.
He's a fun runner.
Yeah.
I have to get more money for me to upgrade my school, to help the school to upgrade it, and for the school to be like more fun and like more cooler and stuff
For your education.
for my education.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Well, hopefully we can help out tonight to get you some cool stuff, all the computer stuff you need, all the gym stuff you need. Where'd you go? Amir.
He's getting Raquel.
Oh, y'all get to see 3 of my grand youngins.
Yeah, let me grab her. She's
Yeah, man. Uh-oh, trouble. What's up, baby girl? She looks mad excited.
You say hey everybody.
What's up, girly girl?
She don't talk.
I know, but she is crawling.
Yes, she's moving. She's on the move.
What's
She's
her name?
crawling and
What's her
biting
name?
everything she can.
Let me sit down. What's her name?
What's her
So
name?
Nadia, do you
Raquel,
want to
what's her
tell
name?
what your goal is?
$6.
It is $350 so far. Nadia has raised $210 so far. And the end of the fundraiser is on October 6th for their fun run. And the grand prize is for them to win a chance to go to Disney World and for them to be principal for an hour.
I'm going
Amazing.
another with Disney World. If
You
I
want to go to Disney World?
No, not really. I kind of want to be the principal.
Disney World is the
Well, then you get to
Gotta
be
be the
both.
president.
I can't. I want to be both.
Disney World has a castle. Have a castle.
Well, I think if you're principal, I think that you should let the kids have dessert before they eat lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I would think about that. Or I just make them do more work.
Oh well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
You can make
Wait,
it a
who?
fun day.
The students or the teachers?
Wasting my name.
Teachers.
Alex said make it teachers.
Uncle Al for the
Gotta work
teachers.
hard.
I don't know. I'm gonna make them.
Is Uncle Alex in your school?
No.
They can work hard and y'all play harder.
Man.
Yep.
Hey, so listen, y'all. Everybody that's in here, like I said, my granddaughter Nadia is doing a fundraiser for school to improve their classrooms, their halls, the property itself. And anybody that wants to go over to that site, that link, whatever you want to contribute, there's no bottom, there's no top. Go as high as you want. But it's for a great cause. So I appreciate that. Hey, Ash.
Yes.
So Alex, most people in the community know who Alex is. They get the opportunity to meet Alex's oldest sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that old, but hey, everybody, I'm
But
Ashley.
you're the
I'm the
oldest.
oldest.
Damn, you're the oldest. Shoot, when you gonna be 30? You're gonna be 30 in like a year.
I'm the president.
Yeah, you're the president. Man,
Nice to meet everybody.
very good.
Thank
very
you.
good.
I think. Oh, it looks like we're getting some donations. I can't see who the names are, but whoever is out there clicking that link, I really do appreciate you.
True that.
We all do.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, Nadia, I love you.
Love you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
talking to you soon.
Amir, somebody on here said they got bigger muscles than you, and I said it ain't true. How big are your muscles?
Behind him.
He's behind Uncle Al.
There he goes.
Oh,
You a strong joker.
you probably lift more than me. How much you lift? 205?
Something like that. Man. All right, listen, I love y'all. I'm gonna continue to let them know about what you got going on, Nadia, and hopefully you hit that goal and then sky beyond. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We love y'all.
Love you
Love
too.
you too.
Love you.
I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Okay. Don't hang up for a second.
Oh, okay. This is my workout buddy. Been getting these muscles.
Can I tell you the name?
Huh?
Who?
What's his name?
Whose name? Raquel?
No, she's right
Who?
here.
Oh, he's trying to get Quan to come to the phone. He's busy with the dogs.
Oh, okay.
He's right
Well,
there.
you tell him we said what's up.
Quan, wait up for him, sir.
Oh, my dad, we're live with his channel.
What's up,
Hey.
young fella?
How you doing?
Chill.
What's up, Alex?
What up?
What's your wife's name again?
Miss Erica.
Erica.
How you doing, Miss Erica?
Hello. How are you?
This like your YouTube channel?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Live
lit.
right now.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah,
Good to see
man.
y'all though, man. I'm about to go. I gotta clean these dog stuff up real quick.
I know how it go. We just came in from it.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, love you, man.
Love y'all too. Be safe. Enjoy the evening. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
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 Bye. Oh, shout out to my daughter and her husband and
sister.
the granny grands. You don't look old enough to have grandkids.
I'm old enough to have nieces and nephews.
Yeah, I know, but so it goes, man. Hey, listen,
So,
let's get into the topic of the evening. I know y'all are excited. Let me drop that link one more time for anybody who might need it because I want to see my granddaughter do good. and I appreciate what she's doing out there for school. Damn, I know, Coy. You know it. You know it. Mm-mm-mm. But hey, let's get into this topic. So generally, is are you relying or do you trust the government to save you? Now, Mentos, what up? We could talk about many angles of how that affects us. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, kind of in the gun space, we kind of corner it in there and say, save us, to protect us, to hold us down while we let our arms down in the process to expect the government to physically save us. Now, earlier I was watching a program where the young lady was talking about the types of transportation cutoffs that are affected by a lot of these disease that pop up, these sicknesses, these viruses, etc. And she was talking about Ebola. She was talking about how COVID is kind of a punk virus. Like COVID is like a mere measly type of virus. I thought it was impactful. I thought it was a huge ordeal. But COVID apparently was just kind of like a precursor to what's to come. And there is this another thing. I don't know if anybody's in the chat's ever heard of it. Today is my first time hearing of it. I think it's called Mungsberg. Yeah, you hear this shit?
No.
And supposed, you never heard of it, right?
No, I heard like monkeypox, chicken flu, regular flu.
Yeah. So there's things that are out amongst, but now it's not only that you would worry about catching these things, but you have to understand how it breaks down the progress of society, or it breaks down the trade routes that we have created within our borders and outside. There's always some telltale signs of, prepared.
To getting
thoughts.
prepared, or
Yeah. There's always telltale signs that the government, through news and media, that will put out certain things. SARS, that's right. That will put out certain things for us to acknowledge. What you do with it, that's on you. How you prepare, how you do your preps, and what you grow or what you hunt and all that shit. Everybody has a different opportunity. Everybody lives in different fucking environments and all that shit. Now earlier, we have this powwow on Mondays to kind of design what we're going to talk about on a Monday night. And so Erica was talking about is having firearms enough when it comes to being a prepper? Just because you have a firearms collection, are you considered a prepper, or would you consider yourself a prepper? And it kind of falls into play to understanding what you're preparing for now, because some people that have an abundance of ammunition, firearms, different types of firearms, and those related things are way further prepared than somebody that might have a garden full. Due to circumstances, it might be the flip-flop opposite. You might be a garden full and way more prepared than the starving guy with the gun, but who's more dangerous? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just to understand that the government, and I don't want to get political, this is just on some, tinfoil head shit.
Right.
The government is always going to steer your emotions. There's things out there that are put in front of us purposely by the government to see reaction, to build immunities and all that type of shit. You know how that goes. Right. But it's a game. It generally is a friggin' game that the government plays with human lives, human beings. And that is a true, a true reality when it comes to booster shots, when it comes to what do you call them? Vaccinations, all that shit. It's a hit and miss completely, and we are entirely guinea pigs to how government with scientists and medical keep each other in business. You know what I'm saying? So either way, when it does come to certain things that comes through news media and all that, they control what you know unless you dig as deep as you can. And if you completely get yourself off the grid, you might be better off not knowing what the hell they're doing. Either way, I'm gonna drop. I don't want to get too weird or too far into everything, but I'm gonna drop the link in the chat because we over here always love to learn from other people, hear other people's perspectives and opinions
So
on it.
can we talk about why I feel like farmers benefit more than firearms in the
Yeah, let's
prepping
do it.
community?
Mhm.
Just because farmers, regardless, even if they don't own firearms, they still have things to protect them.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they still have the
If-
means.
Right. When you are in 2A and you're still not prepping in other ways, I feel like you're still at a disadvantage. You can have all the firearms in the world. You can say you're going out there and you're going to steal somebody's whatever, but you're going to wait till you get hungry enough or desperate enough before you make the next move.
Mhm.
Where I feel like preppers and gardeners, we're already ahead of the game to where we already know what we're up against.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people say they won't depend on the government, but at the same time they're not preparing themselves to where they don't need the government.
Yeah, to be self-sustained. I hear that.
Right.
So also now, not to argue or nothing like that, but
I'm here for it too.
a lot. No, it's all right. A lot of people come with this thought that if you're a farmer or you're a grower and you have your own property and your own space or whatever, a lot of people come with this thought is how are you going to defend what you've grown? But who the fuck to say that somebody's going to even approach you? Who's to say that somebody's going to know what you're doing if you're doing it in a certain way?
So I understand what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like everybody puts out, oh, but you got to be able to defend it. I was on this on this earth for 37 years without a firearm.
You're right. But again, how many break-ins were around your home? Or how many people around your area had break-ins or robberies or whatever it is that hey CNT Designs and Arms.
What up, CT?
So it was always a fear of you could get robbed, you could have a break-in, you could, so it's always like you would say, oh, I will fight my way out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like I got, I'm strapped. So
that's the thing. Now that I'm a part of a firearms world, I feel like firearms have to be intercepted into every part of life, everywhere for everybody. When that shit ain't really fucking true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but all at the same time is firearms has always been around. Jana,
Definitely.
how
What's
are
up, Jana?
you?
Hey,
How you live?
not bad.
Good.
So let me ask you this. You done came in here, you got to talk now.
Mhm.
When it comes to the government hearsay, and I'm talking about the media outlets or even calling the police in a simple dispute type thing, how much do you rely on yourself, self-sustained environment, or how much do you outsource to a phone call, or I hope this is resolved by some government agency somehow, some way? Do you try to be as disconnected as possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
I try to be as prepared to help myself first as possible. I only revert to that if that's like the only resource.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. And my thought too, when you guys were talking about like with the farmers or people who garden, the misconception is that they don't prep on other levels. Like that's all they have is the fact that they garden or they farm, not thinking that they can protect that if
Yeah.
somebody thinks they're going to run up and take what they have.
Well, and that's yeah. You know what? And you know who you usually hear that from? People in the gun community.
Mhm.
It's just like that. Um, and now, by no means do I want to be anywhere that I can't have a firearm. As of now, my life has definitely changed, but I do empathize with people who don't feel like that runs the world. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a very powerful part of every nation's life or lifestyle, but at the end of the day, the most powerful city in our nation is a gun-free city, you know. But the only people with the guns is the government,
Mhm.
which is kind of, maybe eye-opening in a
Mhm.
sense. Um, let me see what want to highlight that Philly slow. Desperate people do desperate things, which is always true. Um, and I think that's something that people always take lightly until it's at least tangible to a voice or a name that you're familiar with. You know what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
never think it's going to happen to us, and even if it doesn't happen to us, it don't bother us until it happens to somebody we know, we speak to. The television doesn't really oh, this happened up in this town. This town is next to our town, and we don't give a shit. We don't
Mhm.
know somebody personally involved with that, you know.
Mhm.
But when it does hit your door, oh, that shit hits different, you know.
Mhm.
Then you're the vocalist, most vocal gospel of the town.
Right.
Yeah, I get
um,
frustrated with those type of people who
mhm,
don't feel a way about something until it hits their doorstep.
yeah.
And it's like, you know, that's why I have, and this is just me personally, I don't like single issue voters. Like I
Mhm,
never like the person who they just vote because it's a pro-life side of it or
yeah.
something like that, because most pro-lifers are the ones who are having the abortions.
Yeah.
So as much as they want to say they're pro, their mistresses are being swept over into that. Sometimes their children, so that they don't have to be seen as the family who has the child who went and got knocked up.
Mhm,
So, I'm like, you're voting based on what they say and not what they're really doing.
yeah.
So people should really stand on more than that. But it's just like with anything, people just make assumptions of things. Just like I said, somebody would assume that a prepper is prepping all this food and whatnot, but they don't have a way to protect themselves if someone tries to come and get it.
Mhm,
Right.
And the
yeah.
real prepper is prepping for all the things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's we always talk about this kind of level of prepping. I don't think I don't think anybody can touch every corner. It's just damn near impossible.
It's
Mhm.
not it's not for you to touch everything. It's for you to learn bits and pieces of certain things just to get
I
you by.
agree.
I think everybody gets overwhelmed trying to buy everything that bigger YouTubers,
Mhm,
or even say if I be like, oh, you have to get this tent. Some people are gonna be like, because Erica said buy that tent,
mhm,
they feel like they have to buy the tent
mhm.
Yeah.
instead of doing their research and you got to pick and choose on which one you want your strong suit in. That's what I like about our family. We know a lot about everything, right? But
Mhm.
I know your strong suit is two-way. I know Alex's strong suit could be two-way and a little bit of prepping, but I'm more into prepping, and I'm okay with us being in the same categories but on different levels.
Mhm.
And that's what will keep us afloat. Where Gina, on the other hand, could be like, I'm the only one that does anything in my household, where she needs to learn a little bit of everything just to survive, to get to somebody, a village where she can get that extra help.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So Reginald, first of all, what's up, Reggie? What up? What up, 2A? What up, Skilly? I see you in there. Dire Prep, what up?
Hey, Diet Prep.
So
I was going to say what Dire Prep said: "Jack of all trades, master of none."
Right.
yeah. You know that quote has more to it. Nobody ever
Mhm.
says it,
Mhm.
but there's more to it.
Most do.
But what Reginald had put in there, this shit is within our lifetime. This stuff is
Mhm.
within conversations with our grandparents that
Mhm.
the Jews went through what they dealt with, and those things are impactful. You know, to realize that there are governments and communities out here that will try to completely desecrate who you are as a person and the history that you come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Kush.
And Kush, what up? What up? Hey, Kush, listen.
I need to speak to you.
To Kush?
Yeah.
For what?
For real?
He's doing
Yeah,
good.
because I
What you
hit a
do?
wall. I need him to help me. I hit a wall. I can't get past my
You
way.
need that motivation?
Yeah.
Either way, Kush, um, he filmed a video at Chopper Day. Shout out to Mark Chopper Day that happened a couple weekends ago. Kush is a fucking beast with the camera production. So if anybody's doing anything in the 2A world, or I don't give a fuck, if it's a wedding or whatever, that shit, man, check them out, see if y'all can work something out. But shout out to Kush. We watched that today. That shit is beautiful. Very, very nice. Let me bring this young fella in. He looked like a fed.
I am a fed. I'm a fed.
Somebody
You're
need
going to jail. You're
fed.
going to jail. You're going to. Alex is the only one that's not going to jail.
Damn.
No,
A little getaway. What's
Right.
going on?
I ain't doing nothing here at work.
So let me ask y'all this, man. I have this argument all the time.
Uh-oh.
Where the I wouldn't say the government, but this I don't want to sound weird, but there's little things that the government makes you think you're supposed to have and do. Right? Now, I have this conversation often about what they call the right to travel. And the right to travel is a constitutional right. So, unless you are doing commerce or operating as a business, you should be able to drive a vehicle from where to where, however you want, without a license or without presenting a driver's license. And insurance, y'all don't listen to me on this one. Like I'm not a lawyer. I just talk about what I know. Insurance is optional.
It is.
So now
It
there's
is.
legalities as far as having insurance. Now I've paid tickets before because I didn't have insurance, thinking that that was my responsibility. The government said you owe us. I said, oh shit, you caught me. You caught me with something that I did not do, but I still paid them. You know, and I lost my right to travel, or I at least lost my driver's license for a long time in the past over things like that, not having proper insurance and not having, you know, proper registration, switch plates, all that rough.
But damn, Bill, stop.
I'm just saying, this
snitching
is
on
how,
yourself.
this is back in the days, running
This is
crazy
why
and wild.
people think we're in the witness protection
No,
program.
no, no.
We be
I'm
saying
just
all this
saying.
shit right now.
I'm just saying.
Don't worry about it, Billy. I used to be the same way until I had to get my life together, brother.
There you go. I gave it to God, and that was it.
I got you, brother. I understand. I got
So listen,
you.
because the government said, "Hey, we're going to take away your freedom if you don't give us money for these things you've done," and I hurried up and did it. Try to pay every piece of that money that they say I owed them for something I did not fucking do because I was afraid of the government. I was afraid to lose my freedom from the government for exercising a freedom that the government couldn't control in the first place, but I still was not knowledgeable enough to say no or to rebel.
Right.
I wanted their damn permission. Please let me have another chance, you know?
Mhm.
But when you look at the real shit, man, it's simple stuff like that. The right to travel, the right to bear arms. These things that the government was built on early times are now being fucked with. Sorry, Al. Now being fucked with. You can have it. If you live over here, though, you can't have it the way they got it over there. So you have to come over here to get some of this. But by the time you get over here, that's going to be changed up to something else. You can have some of those, but not all of those. What the fuck?
Right.
Mhm.
That's frustrating as all hell.
But you just
It
your
is.
government rules. You also have your city limit
Well, that's
rules.
government.
Well,
That's still government. It's just on a more local level.
Local, yeah, it's just, yeah, that's it.
Hmm
so it's frustrating. It's frustrating
is.
to know all the rules and what. So it's like, what type of real freedom do we actually have if you need permission to do anything?
You don't have freedom.
In our town, a simple trampoline, you got to get a permit to have a
Really?
trampoline.
You got to get a permit to
Yeah.
burn a fire in your backyard, a
Right.
fire pit. You have to go get permission from the government, from the local government,
Right.
to burn a fire in your backyard.
Depending on where you live, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of insurance companies, if you do have a pool or a trampoline, you gotta let them know. You gotta be covered under your insurance.
You
Well,
can still- yeah.
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 Georgia, Kush.
Yeah, but most states are like
There's
that.
it's more than Georgia. I don't know
Yeah.
what all
Most
states.
states
There are a lot of states
are like
that.
Yeah.
See, I get
Yeah.
that.
And people don't know that they have certain rules.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's cities within states. So some cities don't require it, other cities might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, Walt E said to collect rainwater, and that's true because I
Yes,
am
it's
aware of that.
Yep.
You have to have
Paycheck
permission,
money.
which means I don't care what you have to do it, to get it, to pay for it, whatever. You have to pay us before any of that happens.
Yeah.
You're gonna build
Exactly.
the house that you're paying mortgage on. You
It
need
ain't
our
yours.
permission first.
Yeah.
You got to get permits before you even get a nail drilled or nailed into your wood. You
Yep.
need our permission. It's fucked up. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yep.
It's so off balance. And
It's a handmaid's tale.
Can I say
Erica
something?
talks about that all the time. Yep, go ahead.
If you haven't seen that
It's,
show,
it's weird because the government, he owns that property without a house, and then you buy the property. Now it's yours. Technically, it is still yours, but it's still kind of his property. So you still got to get permission. It's kind of like a landlord.
It's like a constant landlord.
yeah.
The
Exactly.
government is the landlord.
Absolutely.
Good one, Al.
Yeah, I've
It's
been telling
true.
you that
It's true.
like day one.
RJ, what up? Yep. Yeah, yo, see, a lot of people are going through similar things with just like little petty stuff to live their normal regular life.
Yeah.
Insurance or a pit bull. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I don't even know if my homeowner insurance is aware what we have over here. Because they damn sure would drop the fuck.
They would
They would.
definitely drop us. Like,
Yeah.
no.
They just won't pay. They just won't pay. So if like you have a pit bull and there's a incident, the person can't come. They're not going to get paid out from the insurance. They'll have to sue you personally
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But here's the wild part. Now, Tech Money, what up? What up?
But money.
Fat guy with guns, what it is. Armel, I know I done seen a bunch of people sliding here. Ray Official,
Yeah.
what's popping?
Showtime.
Showtime. Where's Showtime?
What else?
You just passed them.
Did I?
Or is it show?
Kanaka, what up? Yeah, Showtime up in here. What up? Either way, man. So now here's the weird part. Here's where shit get funny. This is why I'm light skinned. I'm half and half. I don't know if I can live under any other government.
Mm.
Ain't that a brainwash?
Mhm.
No, because if anybody has that pays attention to how other governments run and they have way more control.
Yep, they do.
As much as we feel like our government controls, other governments control more.
Yeah,
That's true.
They control more.
yeah. It's a harsh reality, but you know what? There's definitely some enticing places I think about all the time. I do.
Mhm.
And one day, but it's weird because this thought only comes if I am mega rich over here. In order for me to leave here, I got to leave here with some American money.
But certain countries are not taking American
Trying
money
to take American dollars. Yep. That's
to
it.
net now.
Yeah, that's what.
What?
Some countries are not taking
Don't accept American money. Yeah.
Night Custom, what up?
That's why there's
For real?
currency exchange.
Yes, it's
Absolutely.
the big thing. American money is about to be worth nothing.
Nothing.
And
Yep.
these other countries keep joining China, Africa,
Yep.
and all the other countries that's moving over. Our money's gonna be worthless.
Wow.
Yep.
You hear
That's
about,
fight back for a very long time anyway.
you hear about this, Gina?
I have heard about that. Yes.
Yeah, it's been depreciating over the last couple of years. Nobody care about our money.
Right. They're trying to do the BRICS system.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's why I say at least give the news 10 minutes. So it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia. I think Africa is joining it.
Africa is a continent, not a country, baby.
Well, I'm talking about, I'm reading it, but I'm just saying, you know what
Well-
I'm saying. Some certain, you know what I mean.
Either
Not
way.
all of Africa is going to participate. I think certain ones are.
So-
But either way.
You know how people get in this thing and they're like, shit, I don't watch the news because there ain't nothing but negative shit on it.
Yep.
But it's not always negative.
It's more. It's
More
Enough-
negative.
85% of it is.
It's enough for me not to
85%
watch
of
it.
it is.
That's why I don't watch it. I'd rather be zombified by Instagram than watch the news. I
don't know what's going on in the news unless it go across my feed or someone watching YouTube. That's about it.
yeah.
So, right, Wolfie, they are divided in Africa. Yep.
they're divided everywhere. We're divided.
We are divided.
Yeah, you see that? The Congo gave their citizens AKs for a stimulus package.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The world we live in. The world we live in.
But yo, man, this is shit that's right in front of our face, but never close enough to touch.
But see, that's why more people, I think, are also trying to live off grid and trying
Yeah.
to start a farm. But then again, they're going after our farmers because after, I think, what is it? After an acre, they want you to register your farm now,
Mm-hmm.
or your garden. Because as long as you keep it underneath an acre, it could be a garden. But after an acre, you got to register it as a farm.
Mhm.
Crazy.
I'm just like, but why? If I own 40 acres, but I don't want to, I want to grow food for me and not sell it, or if I want to bring
Well,
it to the flea market to sell it,
It's got to be regulated.
why though?
Because you're an American. That's why, babe.
So
That's
can
it.
I split it up to where it's like every other acre?
Sherelle, what's going on, young lady?
Is something
Man.
what is it called? Where one person takes like some part of the farm and the other
Like sharecropper?
sharecropper.
Hey, white side.
White side, what's going on? Sharecroppers, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't really get along.
That's got a bad history right there.
Right.
But either way, that is very similar to what's going on now. There are still sharecroppers in all over. Like where I'm at, there's sharecroppers.
Yeah, there
And
is.
believe me, man, they're scraping. But there's so many landowners that are collecting, or landlords that are collecting from these sharecroppers, and controlling what the farmers do,
Yeah.
which is fucked up. Now I've seen it firsthand. I know last year, farm season, a lot I've seen personally, and this is for real, Billy, that y'all know, my family, Billy. Me, I have seen crops destroyed perfectly fine. I've had farmers say, if you want to grab some, we're about to run it all over.
Yep.
This is my word.
Yep.
Wow.
It happened. And it wasn't because the crops were bad. It wasn't because
No.
the pesticides or insects or nothing like that. I'd love to tell you why, but I really don't know. That's the truth.
I know why.
But I've seen it happen.
We know why.
Hold on. I gotta make sure that we got our matching shit. Oh man, what's poppin'?
What's good, baby?
What it is?
Just another day in the neighborhood, man.
I know it.
Unwind.
The freaking governor's office.
No, that's his dining room.
That's how rich people eat like
That's
that.
a nice freaking
Oh, what
curtain.
happened, Walty? No, go ahead. We're
Why
listening.
you always talk about my curtains, man?
He got such a good leg.
You say you look like you're going to matinee.
Yeah, I talk about my wife.
Fancy.
Hey, what you feel about this, bro?
Yeah, I had a lot of almost about the same thing, very similar topic, man. But that overseas thing, there's only one real advantage to being in America because there's doper places. I guarantee you there is.
Yeah.
With more freedoms and more movements and a little bit better to live. But the one advantage that I have here, and I've lived in a whole bunch of different shitty places. The advantage you have here is that you can literally start from nothing. You know what I mean? And I know I'm living testament to this shit. You can start with nothing on the ground with crumbs in your pocket and make something.
Make some, yeah.
Other places in the world, you have to have it already and then grow from it. You know what I mean? Or hit the lotto or something crazy like that. Or become a cartel member or some craziness like that.
Some generational shit.
Here you can make it, but you can start from nothing and make something.
Make something, yeah.
It's only determined by your drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not the only proof of that. That's why people want to come here from other countries, because they can come with nothing and they can make something, and they make enough not just for themselves, because their hustle is different in
It's
America.
not going to be easy. Ain't nobody going to lie to anybody and say it's easy to do. But you can do it. Other places, no matter what you do, how hard you work, who you know, you can't do it. You just And some people are like, say, India. Some people are born into it. You know what I mean? So it don't even matter if they get a bunch of dollars, they still can't move past their station.
Yeah.
You know, them Burma people are kind of strange like that. Yeah, but stuff like that. But that's the only, but it's doper places. It's way doper places. A lot more freedom. You know what I mean?
There is a lot more freedoms, but sometimes those freedoms are not for foreigners. So not just Americans, but foreigners, period. There's countries where the freedoms are there, but there's things that they're not going to allow someone who's not native to that country to have.
Well, that's like Alaska. If you're not Alaska,
that's some places. It's some places, and then there's other places where it's easier for a foreigner to move in and do shit that local people can't do. So, like a good example would be a place like Belize. You see what I'm saying? You go down there and you can do shit that people with way more than you that's been down there all their life couldn't do. You set up shop because you move different. Your accent is different somewhere else. A crazy trick, right? We went to Jamaica one time. So I called down the car dealer. I called the Range Rover dealer, the Land Rover Range Rover dealer, right? I called from New York and I was like, hey, I'm coming down there. I'm looking at a place to buy, and I'm looking at a vehicle transportation. Man, that lady's got to do everything but seduce me. She met us at the airport. I had the car for 2 weeks. I had the only full-size Range Rover on the whole fucking island and didn't pay a dime. People there couldn't do that. I didn't pay a down payment, a dime. It was like a 2-week-long test drive because of my act.
And probably the assumption that you came from money or had money.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Same thing happened at the airport. They couldn't do that down here.
People come here with an accent. That they had a whole Netflix show about it, Becoming Anna. The chick didn't have nothing, but she made up a whole story of where she came from, and people thought she had money, and she never spent a dime.
She was hanging out with Trump and them, killing them. So
she was killing them.
Yeah. So it's like that, but you can do that. That's a lot of benefits that come with that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You get a lot of free stuff with this accent.
You want to be deceptive out in these streets.
And everybody coming from Africa is an African prince and shit. You know what I mean? Seducing these women.
I tell you, man, there's places in Africa that are more superficial, more superficial in that life than America. And it's hard to figure that. Like America, you figure the most sedity, weird,
Materialistic.
materialistic.
Yeah.
This country, this Africa has so many nations and countries that are separated,
through culture.
extremely separated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Some of that was created though. It's like here, like they created the division. They created, and that wasn't even just, you could be in one country of it and they will create the division amongst different quote unquote tribe of Africans. So they will treat some more elitist than others, and now there's a conflict within those people.
Right.
Because you're being treated this way and I'm being treated this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Even you know what?
America is not the only country. North America is not the only country trying to do.
Well,
that.
that's a product of European colonialism, and you can't really rule without division. You know what I mean? They do the same thing. They repeat the wash, rinse, repeat, copy and paste the same shit all over the world for the past 700 years. You know, they wash, rinse, repeat it, but that's a product of it. But we could look at it as us being over here, as Americans as whole, regardless of whether we're white or black. This is the only counter to that, because we can move with impunity throughout all of this European dominance, colonialism, and stuff like that, kind of like unaffected. So that's an advantage that comes with this nonsense that we go through every day. It's a little bit of an advantage, but.
Hey, Knight, be safe out there, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you next week.
The government is not really, the government is representative of you. Like you were talking about how burning, I don't want these people next door burning no shit next to me. So I'm dead serious. I don't want them doing shit. Yeah. I really don't.
That's why a lot of areas are that way though, because of a neighbor like that who's like, they over there burning.
Yeah. Because as soon as I do something, they want to complain. I turn my music that the one want to complain. But when they want to light their damn fire, it works both ways, So
yeah, but that does come from small government, and that's when you go to these community meetings and you go to these board meetings and all that. That's where that type of shit comes from. That's where them decisions come from. It'd be somebody, and I'm not saying like an asshole, Armel, but it'd be somebody who has that same sentiment about the privacy or the right of their home or the safety of their home, and saying, I don't trust my neighbor to burn a fire next to my shit.
Yeah.
Like
that's where it comes from now.
I lived in the Bronx,
man. My neighbors are tired of my tank going up and down.
People behind me in the house behind me, these daggone Jamaican people live behind me, and they every damn Saturday night, it was a damn session at their house. Every Saturday night. Now it's cool and shit for one Saturday because they was playing music real good, but every daggone Saturday night, like, and I work crazy hours. It's like, damn,
it's the weekend. I feel like, and I look, even if
every Saturday night,
I feel like it's the weekend. Weekends are fair game. That's where you
to the morning. This is the morning. To the morning.
Well, now maybe you gotta find different hours to work. The weekend is for everybody.
You better spend some more time at that lake.
That's how I feel. Now, this will be knocking on your door. Like, wait a minute. Now, what we not about to do? But weekends, I let it go.
Friday and Saturday, it's fair game.
That's what you think, huh?
Sunday.
You said that's what you think, huh?
That's what
you said. Not in this.
But what happened is, right? You let it go. I just matter of getting tired. But what's happening is, right now, people are really sensitive to every fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these laws only come into play because people are asking for it. People don't want to burn stuff because it lowers their property value or parking on the lawn. So you fucking up their bread. So they want to prevent you from doing that. So they form these associations to come to common agreement. It just happens that because some people just went too far and got crazy disrespectful. So what they created was people asked for control mechanisms, and they keep asking for the government to do more, do more about crime, take away these guns, do more, because it's scary to them or they don't like it. So people are too
They don't like
sensitive,
it.
and people have become more and more sensitive, and they become more and more selfish and more inconsiderate of other people's needs and rights, as long as it doesn't mess with them. So asking the government, so it's not solely it is the government, but it's not completely the government. It's a lot of these people who running around complaining a lot until somebody has to answer them. Like, I want answers. This crime got to stop. Get these guns off the streets. Take Billy guns. He got
You know
guns.
what?
Take them.
They only gonna get one. So listen, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and this is a deep ass question. It's a simple one, but deep as the River Jordan. So the other day, Fat Guy with Guns, RGG, myself, we had a conversation. And the question in the beginning of the conversation was, what is human what is the biggest significant invention that came from human life, human beings?
Say it one more time.
What is the most significant invention that came from human life? Now, you can sit and say the wheel. Impressive. Yeah, it created transportation by a sense. It created movement. You can say, I don't know.
Fire. It's fire.
Fire.
No, first of all,
Human fire.
I can't say that, but you can say anything of that. But it got even so deeper to where we said the internet might be the biggest human impact ever.
Right.
I said the Bible, religion, the Quran.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the one of the biggest impacts. The Torah. That might be one of the biggest impacts that human beings left their carbon footprint on the world.
Right.
But I'm starting to think the possibility that government is the biggest human impact that ever hit this species.
So you're saying civilization?
I wouldn't even say civilization.
Because
is government a product of civilization?
Yes. Government, the rule of law, is a product of civilization.
So let me ask you: do you think the Bible is a government?
It's a product of civilization.
Parliament, in a sense.
Yeah, it's a product of it as well. Religion is a product of when people get together. You have to have some type of commonality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
some reason together.
Yeah, you have to have some commonality, not to bring them together, to hold them together, or else everybody go fucking rogue and start chopping each other up.
So
you have to establish in order to have a civilization like your family and his family and Gina's family, me, you, and Skilly. We have to set some kind of ground rules so we don't implode or destroy each other. So that's the first step. So you set up rules, and then as the thing grow, you have laws, and then you have somebody enforce the law. You create a government, or then you create a religion or something like that, something that holds you guys together. And as much as that grow, the more we just the people lost control of the government because everybody are so goddamn needy. So we got to get to a point where we're more independent from the government.
They don't want us to be.
And now it's power. The people in the government and the corporations are so powerful that they don't want the people to become independent.
They never did want the people to be independent.
Right.
That's not what they want.
Right.
It's weird because the principle the principle is to have free will, the right to make your own decisions in a sense, but at the same time to understand that there's checks and balances. There's certain things that are
because you're not here by yourself.
Mm-hmm. So
because of Skilly. Man. Because of Skilly.
It's his fault.
Yeah,
Man, bump both of y'all now. How y'all like that mouth?
it's because of Skilly, man. You can't really be free because if you free, you might take advantage of Skilly. So we got to protect Skilly
At all costs.
at all costs. And
Hold
we
on.
Skilly's wife.
No. We're not gonna do that tonight.
Hey,
That did
Skilly
not
just
sound
looking
right.
for his name.
We're
That's
gonna do
all.
that tonight.
And Skilly, you got to protect me from your wife. You know,
How I'm supposed to do that?
What the hell y'all got going?
I don't know. Call the cops.
He relying on the government now. Look at you.
That's how that happens. See, we just ran the whole scenario. That's how that
Well,
happens.
it's like- but yo, so that's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's something that's interesting to me is that during this conversation, I'm reflecting on the conversation we had and realizing that government might be the most important. I don't know what to call it. A contribution to the human species. Government control law.
I do know.
Religion.
You could be.
It
you
might
could
be.
right. I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we talk about music. Music is communication. Music is a huge contribution to the world itself. It's big, but it doesn't exist always.
No.
Government, whether you see it or not, it exists. You know what I'm saying?
In some shape, form, or fashion. Yeah.
Yeah. That might be one of the. Oh, mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Maybe government is the devil or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
What's good about it?
Well, it depends on how a person
We ain't
looks at
killing
it.
each other. We ain't killing each other for real, for real.
That's true.
Who that?
There has been some what do you say? I was thinking boundaries, but not boundaries. But yeah, it does help for that because people would be a little bit more reckless without it.
And we wouldn't have no public school education.
Do we need it?
For what it's
I'm
worth.
not saying it's the best, but yeah.
For what it's worth.
Right.
But
It ain't the best.
what happened? What I think's happening now?
Hey,
This is
we are now going to be blessed with the presence of God's gift, the most amazing human creation amongst life itself.
Good night, Kush.
That is Kick Up Dust.
Yo, you're a nut job for that one. You're crazy. How's
the
everybody
world
doing?
famous.
Hey there.
What's up, Jeff?
You just got to chime in when you hear like good topics. I was like, ooh.
It's a weird topic though, man. I'll be honest with you. We was an hour in and I was ready to end it because I don't know where the hell this can go.
Uh-oh.
So far, it's going good.
So I don't. All right. So I'm gonna try to keep it safe here for everybody.
Hey, we ain't worried about no cancel culture.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep it safe for everybody. But I do believe strongly that everybody, for the most part, maybe not so much rules, but guidelines. Most people need guidelines because when people don't have guidelines, a lot of people just don't know what to do at all. At all. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to walk. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no guidelines. So, and that's where I'm at now as far as government-wise. I feel like, personally, there's always going to be a group. There's always like-minded groups, right? So there's going to be that group of people that are like, hey, we can do this, right? And in turn, if we do this and everybody follows, we could also do this. And that second part doesn't always mean good, but it also doesn't always mean bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it gets a little, it definitely does get a little weird. This is just how I see it. It's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just how I see the world. Some people get power and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Good points.
I think that government is killing us for real. Right? They're not teaching us how to think independently. But what we're supposed to do this, like you were saying with your tickets, and You're supposed to drive like this. If you don't drive like this, fuck you, pay me. If you don't do this like this, fuck you, pay me. If you don't do this, I'm taking your freedom. I'm taking your right to vote. I'm taking your firearms. I'm doing that. Do this. You're taught what to think, not how to think. Because if you learn how to think, you wouldn't really be dependent on them so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we
feel
need
that.
to be,
I think
I don't think personally like we need to be dependent on the government, but the way they have it set
We
up,
have
Structured.
I
The way
mean,
they got it structured.
the way
Yeah.
they have it structured is
Yes.
that
we got to be told what to do.
and they I feel like they're really weakening like people.
Yeah.
Like they're just, you know, there's a certain part of me that like a big part of me is like, yo, figure it out. Like you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see a younger kid or a younger person who like, yo, figure it out. You'll be okay. Figure it
Yeah.
out. You'll
You're
be good.
cheap.
You know you've
You're
been through it.
cheap.
There's no way that they can hurt themselves or do harm. It's just a little challenge. Figure it out. Now you have
Yeah.
the other side of that where it's just like now they're upset. They're frazzled because everything around them has been, you know, damn, I feel like you're looking at I feel like Billy was just looking at my boy. He's side eyeing. Yeah, I feel like he's just looking at my boy like he's side eyeing.
Yo, Armel got that tricky ass phone, boy. He go wherever he wants.
All over the panel.
Yeah, I make you cross-eyed.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just me, you know. Like I don't. It's yo, bro. This is why it's a good conversation because it can go either way. A lot of people do need to be governed, but a lot of people don't need to be governed.
Yeah.
And the people that do need to be governed is the people more or less that don't understand what unity is. They're easily divided. They're easily swayed. You know what I'm saying? By any type of division, any type, whether it's a color, whether it's a neighborhood, whether it's a language, whether it's a religion. It's so easy to just like, yo, watch this. You want to see me stir up some ish? I'm keeping it as clean as possible.
Yep.
And then
Hey,
just
Mr. Kick Up Dust.
and just
Hey, I
watch.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I totally agree, you know. But I think about what rules are and then what rules of engagement are, right? Because even in a group of collectives still requires rules of engagement. Even though we still be on the same page and same frequency, the rules of engagement to ensure, right, we know what to expect from each other, right, as a collective. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as rules of engagement, but everybody's rules of engagement is a little different. Everybody's approach is
But a
little
common rule of engagement, right? Isn't that kind of similar to what everything else kind of is until it get out of bounds, right? It becomes more exploitative.
I think that the biggest part that affects that is morals, and morals vary from house to house, let alone country to country.
Well, that's like what Kick Up Dust said. I mean, he hit the nail on the head when he said there and said that you have some people that need that guidance and some people that don't. You know, a lot of us, you know, we're free thinkers. We know right from wrong and you know, just know how to travel. But then you have some people who don't. You know, so they need
respectfully, Ray, to fish out. Like, let's say we have a group of collective like-mindedness, right? Right. We're all free thinkers, right? We all understand what we are here for, right? Is that not to say that we have still varying perspectives, right? That still have to have to a common ground, a rule of engagement? Is that not to say that? Or are we assuming that that's already going to be there?
No, absolutely. You have to. Well, you asked him the question, but I do agree with you. I'm gonna say I do agree with you, but like that goes into the not everybody can understand. Like not every argument deserves to be fist thrown.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And there's certain people, and I'm pretty sure we all know certain people that is just like, yo, bro, I don't even want to argue with you because it's not worth me beating you up.
Right.
It's gonna get out of
It's
hand.
not even worth my time to even engage like to
Right,
that.
right.
frequency.
Also,
Yeah.
So what do you do sometimes? Call the police, right?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's the wild part. No. Perfect, Armel. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. Yeah.
When these different rates of participation happen, and somebody feels maybe more aggressed or more right than the other, then who do you call? A government mediator of sorts. It's common thing for most of us. We all been there. We seen it on television.
Call
We
me.
seen it. We
Call me. When
The
I
issue,
say this
the
goes,
issue
I have
with
the last
the
say. That's
being
it.
a mediator, the government act as a mediator. We gave the mediator too much fucking power.
That's true.
Hey,
Well,
Because
this is
most of us,
I
most of
totally
us,
agree.
most of us are sheep. Most of us
Now,
are sheep.
Hold on. Before we even do that, real quick, Armel, you want to one too, and I agree with you 100%. But there has to be some type of rule of structure, right, and officiating, right, at all times, right. Otherwise, if we're saying a remediator, right, will be the person, right, wouldn't that still require some sense of structure or some rules of engagement to escalate? If we had to escalate in disagreements that couldn't be reconciled, right? There has to be some type of median
Look
in
at
that,
the
right?
Absolutely. Hold on. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna shut up because that the mediator thing of having so much power, I want you to know where that stemmed from. And everybody knows, just everybody's not thinking about it. Back in the day when they send the messengers, which were mediators, on the horse, and someone didn't agree, that horse came back with the messenger, and the messenger had no head. And then that's how they decided it was war.
Correct.
They knew that was harsh, and they
That was back
slowed
in
it
the day.
down, and
Yeah.
now mediators have
Remediators, right? Remediators.
Oh,
is what we're
remediators.
talking
Sorry, I
about.
thought you meant
Yeah.
mediators.
Mediators
No,
and
no, no, no.
remediators
A
are
third party.
similar things, but yeah.
Okay, no, I thought you said mediators.
I was
No, they were saying mediators. I was speaking to remediators.
Okay,
right?
okay.
talking about mediator.
Yeah.
I was talking about a middleman, a person, party, like say myself and you, or you were arguing with me, and we might have been having like two different agreements, but we need to a compromise. We would call Erica or Gina, that's outside, that has no connection to me or you, to mediate, to come to a common ground, to release the conversation or the conflict, right? The issue is we gave these mediators, these middlemen, this third party, this government, so much power that they can even pick a side.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. A remediator is after you came to an agreement and there is a conflict over that agreement, you have to send somebody over to from either your side or their side to find the common ground, to see what
Correct. They still find the common ground, but the remediator has a little bit more insight to what's going on, right? And on top of that, they come with a little bit more different of ways of communicating, not just one. Yeah.
a remediator comes from one side or the other. A mediator is a completely third party.
The delusion is that either one wouldn't have an opinion of their own. We're human. We all
come to
feel
one
some
side
kind
or
of
the
way
other.
about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
So does government exist because we have differences?
Honestly, I believe government exists not only because of differences, but because we assume the differences, not necessarily because differences exist.
Differences do exist.
Act on differences.
We all have different. I agree.
I think that was the initial intention of it.
But differences is natural, you know what I mean? Difference,
absolutely.
Everybody look the same. Like everybody don't look as good as me. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, here we go.
You know, yeah, everybody don't look as good as me.
I already know. Nobody's as light skinned.
You know, everybody. You know, everybody.
Armel look like
different.
Armel look like a 47-year-old third grader.
I'm 50, bro. I look good.
Well, no, Armel. We drink our water over here. We drink our water.
I still got more hair than Skilly.
Look.
I know.
Oh, Jesus.
He has hair.
Skilly
He has
said
hair, but he got more hair than me.
Skilly hair is all in the back.
Skilly said you to take it to the
He
movie.
hot.
Skilly said you to take it to the movie right there.
Yo,
And then you
Skilly,
go see the movie.
Armel is hot.
Skilly hair is all in the back.
I'm not about to argue with you today. You're not about to give me an argument. You're not about to have.
And I'm just playing.
So listen.
I know.
No.
So all in all, at the end of the day, let me ask y'all this, and I want y'all to be straight up with me. If somebody broke into my home, I'm gonna call the police.
You call the police.
This is true facts. This is true facts. Now, there's a reason for all this. Gina,
I agree. I'm with you on that.
your home.
I'm with you on that. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Gina?
Am I there when it happens or not?
Anything. You find out or you're there, whatever.
I have an alarm system that automatically alerts the police.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm calling
Right.
the insurance company.
No,
And
no,
the insurance company, of course, but that's not part of the government. That's a private entity.
The
I'm a
insurance
call the cops,
company
you know.
gonna say, "Did you call the police?"
No, of course, absolutely. This is the system we live in, right? Depending on the state we live in, right? Depending on
But
what's going on, you call the cops. You put it on speaker. Hey, there's an intruder in my house. Hey,
yeah,
get out my house. Get out my house. Get out my house.
yeah,
Leave
yeah.
my
I
house.
mean,
Well, I'm gonna go
it's a
back to
part
this.
of the
Bang, bang, bang,
protocol.
bang, bang,
Like,
bang, bang, bang. I
it's a
told
part
you
of the
the
protocol.
power to
You're
get
gonna
them.
call the police at some point.
But when
Yeah.
I think about,
All it boils
is the
down to,
government
somebody
here
come
to
your house,
save you?
you're gonna call them when that person comes in, or you're gonna call them after you then laid that person down. But you're gonna call the police at some point.
Yeah, for sure. It should be a part of that whole process, right? At one point or another, right? But if the government is here to save you, I also, even by just being in the bushes, I was thinking about FEMA. I was thinking about a lot of natural disasters. I was thinking about a few other things that actually are happening these days that people aren't speaking on. And it's like, okay, when I think about is the government here to save you, it's a yes or no, right? It could be yes, as like we just said, if you're in a two-way situation, yeah, you're gonna call them either before or after, right? Or if I'm not present at my house, right? Like I said, I have alarm systems, multiple from 3 different companies. Those all get alerted by the officials, right? If I'm not present, right? And there's several other things that we have in place. Yeah, like, will they save us? What does that actually mean? Because if we were, it depends on the situation, right? If we were in a situation where we couldn't access our phones in a safe manner, we will have to resolve that as best as possible in that time and alert them. If we had a heads up, we would alert them before anything go down and still have to handle until they arrive, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, in what capacity are we looking at as the government here to save us? Because there's a lot of perspectives that I can see that can be accurate, or it could be
Yeah.
afterthought.
The police is
Does that
responsible.
make sense?
Something
It's
has
such
to
a
happen.
mess. No, I agree. Absolutely. I agree. It's such a mess. But, it's just, I'm at a point in my life is just understanding the system and how it works.
Yeah.
But Dust, are we a culture as Americans? Are we a culture to rely on government to solve problems?
As culturally,
In my opinion,
I'm gonna be honest, and I might get people mad with this one. And quite frankly, this is, in my eyes, this is facts. As a culture, for the most part, no. We'll only make that call or rely on the government when we really, really need it.
I think we
agree.
call them when we really don't need it. I
Yeah.
truly do.
Absolutely.
As a
I'm not gonna
culture,
lie,
I agree
guys.
with
If
Billy.
something happened right now on this live, right, you will be calling the government at one point or another.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Something happened to me Saturday night that was real, real crazy. I'm not gonna get into it. Something happened to me real, real crazy.
Were you
And I
wearing
did
a
it.
mask
Absolutely not.
with a zipper on the mouth?
Absolutely not. Something happened real crazy, and somebody rolled up. It was like, did you call the cops? I said, absolutely not, but they'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
The police
And
are for after.
So how would they be there though if you weren't relying on
I had
them?
the whole
You rely.
situation
So there's a
handled.
difference, right? I see this and I'm open to it, and I don't mean to bogart, but I really genuinely love the value of this conversation right now. Before shift happens, right? We all do have some dependency to the government.
Absolutely.
I mean, period.
We're forced
And I
to.
just want to make sure that we're speaking to a similar thing, right? If we're thinking about shift happens, government in that instance, cool.
Yep.
If we're and when I say shift, I'm not talking about apocalypse. I'm talking about maybe a FEMA incident. Maybe you guys are out powered for about 3 weeks, right?
I get it.
Maybe the water stopped working for 2 weeks, right? And maybe there could be, with power out, you got record temperatures of cold or heat, maybe without power, you got temperatures, or you have no way to even secure food from your local grocery, right? Or gas, right? Like there's different ways that currently, when true shift shift happens, You know, that's one thing. But if we're honestly speaking now, like yeah, you're gonna handle it as you are prepared to handle it or as it happens, in my opinion. But also we're always knowing as civilians, in my opinion, we're gonna also have to rely on the government to make sure we cover our own butts, regardless of what we do before or after the matter.
Because that's how it's set up, man.
Yeah.
That's just
Does
how
that
it's
make sense though? Because I know I just
Absolutely.
went on a yeah.
But that's just how it's set up. It's just
So-
that's just the way. You
So
know, like
I'm gonna throw something out there. Now, a lot of us like to get on this kind of this thought that, I'm self-sustained, I'm good. This is gonna be fucking interesting. Simple as hell. Hey Ray,
Yeah, what's up?
hey, if I had to send you something in the mail, how do I send it?
government.
Through the post office, which is a government run business.
I rely on the
I
government.
thought you guys were about to say carrier pigeons.
That's what I do as a Brazilian dad.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm telling you, and
I'm trying to train these carrier pigeons to keep Ethernet cables so we can carry them, wider than what we got.
so I can use your internet, your Wi-Fi. Hey, but that's the truth. Now we sit back and wonder about, we feel like we're self-sustainable, and to a certain extent, or certain
We're not.
they don't need nothing from the government, but something as simple and small as getting a piece of fucking mail.
Mail.
Yes.
You have to.
Well, I mean, it's
that show.
but like
But
you said, it's mail. I mean, the water that we get supplied or whatever, you might as well say that local county government is what supplies us that water.
The government. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a little news flash. I'm not sure if you know, the government owns all the water. What? It's not.
No,
funny.
it's a private entity.
Problem.
No, I know.
Problem. They own all the water. If you have a lakefront house, if you have a house on a river, if you have a house on a creek, right, and you're fishing, DNR can come and mess with you, and you tell them get off my property, and you know what they're gonna say? You own the ground under the water. We own the water.
Show me your license.
Show me your license.
That's it.
They own the water. They got it. And it's like what Billy said. Like it's the systems. You know what I'm saying? Like they got us so locked down that as something as simple as shipping stuff. This really think about it. How bad it is if somebody had asthma. You don't have insurance. How much is an inhaler? $300-$400. But if somebody goes on heroin, they get free Narcan all day.
All day.
All day. How does that make
the
it?
basic.
You know what I'm saying? Like they
None
got
of it
us
makes
in a
any
way
sense.
where it's just like you need us.
Yep.
That's years and years of trial and error.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like my son when he came home. He was on asthma. He came home as a preemie, and we had to have that tank. It wasn't no getting around.
There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. You need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like like what Kick Up Justice was just saying. When my wife got sick, now my wife has been working since she was 15 years old. Got sick at 35 years old, whatever. They pulled her out of work at 40, and had to get on Social Security disability or whatever. They put her through hell trying to get on. But you have these people who have never worked
a day in their life.
I'm overweight, or I'm hooked on drugs, or this or that. They get on it like that. So the whole thing is the government, because they look at it like, okay, hold on, you've been contributing to the government system for so long or whatever. We see no reason for you no longer to contribute. Now the ones who have never contributed, then hey, you know what? We're gonna give you a free ride.
But look at it like this. I like that, Ray. And we probably talked about that offline before, but I can't remember. But for real, people stop wanting to take care of each other, so they depend on the government. So your cousin, brother, sister, mother, or something with the addiction problem, the family said, I'm done. I can't do nothing with it. So they leave it to the government to take care of this person. This person in your family struggling financially. Instead of y'all pulling together, as a family, make sure that everybody eats in this family. Everybody's going to have. They depend on the government. Oh, fuck that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So every time and every scenario y'all laid out, it's people giving up on each other and giving the mediator all the power. Every scenario I just brought up, it's us giving the power to the government to do this shit. to take care of those who we won't take care of.
I mean, I'm be honest with you. There's some people I don't want to take care of.
Right.
Because you, at the end of the day, you're gonna take care of them anyway.
I mean, you know,
whether
my
it's tax
thing is
dollars,
not my
you're gonna do it
responsibility.
anyway.
It's like right now. I mean, you think about it as far as the Social Security that we have to take and pay it, all these different taxes and all this other shit or whatever. You know, some of that shit for what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like with these politicians. You got politicians right now; these bastards fighting over, a raise or whatever. You know, but who pays for that shit?
We do.
That don't work, don't pay for that shit. All of us pay for it, and we're gonna continue to pay for it. We have no choice in that shit unless everybody sits there and say, you know what? Fuck this, we ain't paying taxes no more. You know, but everybody's got to come to a common ground where everybody said. Otherwise, we're gonna keep on getting screwed by the government because
we ain't got to pay taxes. We don't have to drive on the roads either, or nothing. You know what I mean? I depend on the government every first of the month, bro.
Think about it, and Kick Up Dust. You're not too far from here. So in Virginia, all right. Now we have these. They just did these express lanes or whatever. Now these express lanes, these things, they go from depending on how bad the traffic is. If there's no traffic, you might pay $3 to ride the express lane. If there's traffic, that shit could be as high as $50 plus.
You're gonna pay for it.
It's a bracket.
You're gonna pay for it.
Huh?
You got somewhere to be?
Yeah.
Instead of taking that ticket, you want to take this other route?
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. That's Northern Virginia. You know,
you didn't hear from me. You didn't hear from me. The season's coming up. If you just glue a leaf on your license plate, you know what I'm saying? You didn't hear that?
It's banned in Virginia, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy up here, man.
You said it's banned?
You can't even have the reflective plate.
No,
a leaf. That's natural. I'm just saying, whatever. Hey,
fell on there and stuck. Maple. It was a maple leaf.
Yeah, I was driving. You know, I live in the woods. Right? It just happened to land perfectly.
Look, just get some ancient mime and a leaf and stick it onto the license plate. You're good to go.
That's it. Some sap from your nearest tree. You got it. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Felony.
You know, but it's crazy though, man. I mean, but the government, like Billy was saying, the government has too much control, but we rely on them for a whole lot.
We gave them that control, bro.
Yeah, we continue to give them the control.
And we giving them more and more every day because the more shit that we don't want to deal with, we pass on to somebody else. It's the same in every form of society. Well, y'all just talked about the criminal justice system. We don't want to see these motherfuckers, so throw them in jail and keep them there. You know what I mean? But who got to pay for the fucking jail?
It's not that we don't.
I don't want to see them, but I don't want to put one of them down. Put them in the grave for being stupid. It's not. Lock their ass up.
It's not so much.
It doesn't have to be a murderer or something like that. It could be somebody who's
an agency getting a check from another agency for keeping capacity.
Hey Tank, yeah, you're right. The express lanes are ran by a third-party company.
Yeah, the Greenway is owned by a private family. The Dulles Greenway is a privately owned damn highway.
That's
jail system is privately owned.
People in your county, dog. Your neighbors are the ones who owns this shit. In your county.
Damn.
Yeah. Look at he's like, yeah. In your county, dog. Your neighbors.
Hey, Ray. Every time you get on that expressway and pay that little extra, Mel get a cash app.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, my taxes is ridiculously low, yo. They be talking about
where you at.
My tax is ridiculously low because I know other people who live in like other parts of Virginia, like probably in Frederick County over there.
Yeah, not in your county though.
Nah, I know people pay ridiculous tax. Yo,
he know his shit is not that damn low.
It's crazy low.
Dog.
I moved from New York, bro.
But that's what you're talking about from New York, but we're talking about in Virginia.
Nah, but even compared to like Maryland, like where,
but still, when
even
you
in
live
West
Virginia, your shit is high.
I got some partners that live out in Berkeley County in West Virginia, right? And West Virginia is supposed to be low, but my shit lower.
That's because your neighbors, you know, you guys just happen to control that little zip code. You know what I'm saying? That little zip code is controlled by, you know what I'm saying? That little area is controlled by
taxes over here.
Ridiculous. Take it to the next county. We own the highway.
So let me ask y'all a question.
What up?
What up, Doug?
Should education be free?
BBL.
No.
Yeah.
You said no? Absolutely.
Hell
You
yeah.
gonna pay for it.
What do you mean? Hold on. Armel, you're crazy.
Nobody don't want to pay taxes, but everybody wants some free shit.
I hear you. But even with education, yo, bro, even with free education, let's be real, bro. You got to be willing to learn. How many people are actually really willing to learn?
Right.
Make
Not
it
a whole lot of
natural selection. People are going to either do it or not.
Not do it. Yeah.
Fact.
Is it? Yeah.
They're doing it now. There's kids that go to school and it's paid for, and they're still not going to school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of free knowledge on these platforms, and people won't even go and get it. They'll want to know something, and they want somebody to feed them the information instead of them
just read a little
seeking it out themselves.
People rather pay somebody else to do the work for them. They
Convenient.
don't want to go to school and waste their time and energy sitting in school if they can have a free ride living at home and going to spring fling.
Yeah, well, that depends too on the household, because in my household you ain't getting a free ride, you're getting the fuck out. That's what you
Mine too.
You're getting a free ride out.
Yeah.
That part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, that makes no sense. I mean, but you have a lot of parents, who want to keep their kids right there in the house because, it's like, oh, I don't want them to go, the world is bad and this and that. Hell, that's just part of it. I mean, shit, we all had to go out there and learn, to survive in this world. That's just, I mean, I'm not even going to say that's human nature. That's just the law of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to get out there and learn on your own. And it's all going to be based off the decisions that you make.
So when I ask the question, right, a lot of us feel strongly that, yeah, it should be free. But again, that's no different than calling the police. That's no different than relying on the government to do something that you can do for your own, yourself, your family, and all.
Absolutely.
But now we put these expectations on the schools, the teachers, the curriculum, the buildings, all that, because we feel that the government should be responsible in a way to educate our people.
But is it that we feel that they should, or is it that we've been raised to assume that that's how it's supposed to happen?
Ooh.
No,
Because
I think
a lot of people don't know that that's something that they can do themselves, that they can educate their own children.
I
They
feel
think
like,
that because schools are there, they're supposed to put their children there.
I think it became an economic situation, Gina, where you got a dual family household where they can't take care of their own children. So they rely on the school system to be a child care, educator, everything. And then they ask for more after school programs because they work until late. And then you totally dependent on the government to raise your kids because it's very difficult having a single family household.
True.
It's very, very difficult. Our family, a single income household.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's great. Like
so they made it an economic situation where you have to depend on the schools to take care of your kids while you're at work. Or so basically the government's setting you up to make you even more dependent on them. And that's dependent on yourself. And the only thing free is dumb. Everything's gonna pay for it, some way, shape, or how.
I don't know. I was talking about college.
College too.
College, I don't know. This is how I see school. By the time you're in 8th grade, you know everything you need to know for the most part, as far as curriculum. High school is a social experiment. High school is to keep you socially active and to be able to do this, such as the standard in the system, normal people. And college, you have to pay to show that extra step. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I graduated high school, I did go to college for a little bit, and I quickly realized I was like, "Yo, it's not for me." I'm doing things different. All my friends who graduated college, well, no, the ones who did, the ones who graduated college, bro, they came out of college. I was already working. I was already doing my thing, and they were like, "Yo, you know who's hiring? I said, bro, how much did you spend in school? How much did you spend on school? It was sad.
Entirely too much.
Yo, how
Yeah.
much? $200,000.
And a lot of them go in their field anyway.
College
Most of them go in their field anyway.
something different. It depends on what you go for. Because I know
That's true.
No, not anymore. I mean, because my daughter went to school for criminal justice, homeland security, and still have a hard time finding a job because they want her to have experience. But I'm like, okay, how you experience if you can't get anywhere? And
that is exactly what they're doing
the thing is, you know, I pay for that shit. You know, my daughter not having to, you know, not being able to find a job to make sure, you know, it doesn't fuck up her credit of mine because I co-sign all this shit. I have to pay for it until she finds a job.
Yep.
You know, so that's just how shit is. Now, as far as free college, hell, I think it should be free. And then after you finish college, you know, after the government pays for it, shit, they should make your ass enlist into the military for 3 years or something like that, or 4 years.
Oh, you should have.
That's the payback.
That's it. Believe it or not, man, say what you want about the military, bro. But if you don't got nothing and you don't got nowhere to go, that shit the cheat code.
Oh, but yeah, but I mean, I was military.
Oh,
you know, I was military. And I tell anybody, you know, if where you live at, there's nothing there and nothing that's going to, you know, as far as you may feel as though you're going to be stuck in that place, shit, join the military, get the hell out of there.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah, just get the hell out.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that will open up a whole lot of doors for you. And then at DD 214 also opens up a whole lot of doors for you.
And the experience is vast. The experience is so vast.
Yeah.
So any job.
May I say something real quick with this? Because now we're still bringing it back to the government can save you. Our family is heavy into military, right? I didn't go the military route, but at the same time, because I did the civilian route, the private route, as much education you could get, they would still ask, you got all this education, right? These degrees, but you don't have any experience. And that's the point of negotiation for the corporations. To say you don't have experience, even though you have this much experience, or not even experience, you have this much theory, right?
Yeah.
You don't have experience, right? Regardless of the interns, apprenticeships, working for other people, advancing and everything. And if I would have to ask, would I do that same route again? I would say yes, with the caveat. The caveat is to ensure whatever I was doing in school, I had to have some type of real life experience, like a side business or something that can prove the experience. Because I also have the caveat of having literally siblings, you know, that did community school, but they were actually in the fields more so than they were in school. And they actually came out within the same whatever years being paid more, right? In our initial point than I was. And it gave me the thought of, I got all these loans being a first generation college student with all this theory, but I had no application, right? And now it's coming back to how do you actually have application that can help solve our problems now as a company or anything else, right? And I would actually, if I would advocate anything, is what I'm doing in my mentoring. It's to do both, right? And to know your median, because hands-on is very dope. Like having experience, like there were people that I know who graduated high school, they didn't pursue collegiate level, secondary education. And when I got done with my first 4 year, they were already set up having like establishments and everything. And I just graduated 4 years just to be told, oh, you're only going to make like 27,000. So I was like, you know what? Let me blow the dice and roll it again. Let's go to grad school, right? I was like, I'm already too deep, not because of the money alone, because of my time. I said, let's blow the dice and roll it again, you know.
Get more debt.
And doubled. No, that time it was more debt, but it was actually conscious debt. It was conscious debt. First time it was debt. It was debt without a cause. Second time it was conscious debt because I knew exactly how this is going to work out. You know, I was like, okay, there's going to be a goal with this one. And I believe still it's like, okay, it's so easy to get a student loan, but if I wanted a LLC loan or anything else, you know how much paperwork I got to go through?
Right.
Like even for like a $50,000 small business loan,
but for real,
how much paperwork and all this stuff you got to go through.
That
But to
first
give
year,
me $200,000 in student debt and
It
student
gonna take you.
loans,
Absolutely.
like
Why
you don't
not?
even have to have a legit social security number nowadays. It was like crazy,
that first
right?
year at the college is you got to do something with it. They go in there. A lot of children are wasting it. You got to go there. I had an intern 12 years ago, and he about to be my boss.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Was he
I've
understand?
mean?
experienced that a
And
lot. A
I
lot of
breed,
people that actually got me
I,
into the industry, I became like their superior, and I was like, it's not like that. This is just what corporate is.
so
I
that in
apologize for that,
12
but
years, 12 years.
yeah.
Even public apology. My bad, yo. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
seriously, it's
Turned
like
12
because I
years.
revealed him. I really respect him. Like I
My
was like,
intern
look, this is
12
just what
years ago.
corporate is right now.
My intern is about to be my boss, and I feel
Was he
like
mean
I
to
groomed
him?
him for that. You know,
Was he
so
mean to him?
huh?
Was you mean to him?
I'm still mean to him,
That nigga.
but
Just don't
it's
quit, because
the
when you become
dynamic of
nice,
it's the
they
dynamic
know that
of
they can't trust you no more.
I'm hard to swallow. They can't take my shit, so I know it's
We're gonna
limits
send you to
where
get
I go.
coffee every morning.
It's
Say
limits.
that different,
I know
cuz.
that there's limits to where I can go, but with him, I can place him in positions that I can't go.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
isn't this crazy though? When we think about can government save us, even for in this topic or the subtopic of education, I would still believe that education is key. Period. Right? Wisdom and knowledge is key. And you
Facts.
can't get that through education alone. Right? But wisdom and knowledge is key. And there is something that your paper can afford. Sometimes it will put you in rooms. Sometimes that I wouldn't say that you were forbidden if you didn't have a piece of paper. I would just say that you have to be more creative on getting there, right? I believe that you can always get into the same room if you ever wanted to. It's just about, how creative you can get and knowing what you know,
Don't
And who
wait.
you know. And who you know.
Don't waste your.
Yeah. And not only who you know, but who knows you, right?
Yeah,
And there's a
that's
lot
part
of
of going to
things
college.
that being a first generation college student, I didn't know anyone in these fields. But what I did was I'm gonna save that. But one of the things I did was when I met someone, I made sure they knew who I was and why they had to know who I was. And I was more of a social like yeah, it was more of a social like understanding there. Not because I was a first generation or anything. There's a certain way that you can level set with just any human being, regardless of their position. And I never felt intimidated by anyone in the room because of how I had to get into the room. I've always felt blessed, right? Because I've endured a lot of things that some people might not have endured, to get into the same room. So, and I don't use that as a crutch or anything. If anything, I use that as a mechanism to connect with other human beings in the room, regardless of your title, regardless of what you own, regardless of anything. We look past all that stuff. Does that make sense, or am I just ranting right now? A resilient rant?
You talking your shit.
Nah,
Makes sense.
you
Popping your collar.
pretty much.
And I talk about that all the time. I can about the credit cards with the students. It's yeah.
You can't repossess their education. It's if they wasted it, they messed up. For real. You take that college and you meet as many people as you can do, and you make the most of it. If you don't do that, you just play around with the girls and the boys and party and have fun pointlessly, it's wasted.
I would
Yeah.
say the parties and stuff don't make you wasted, right?
No, I'm not saying
When all the parties and
doing it.
all this stuff is over with, like when you ain't the youngest person at the university anymore, or the coolest person at the university anymore, and you still don't know what to do with it, or you haven't pivoted or tried some things, took a risk, that's when you start to eventually learn, okay, I still don't even say waste because waste is almost like death. That's final. I still feel like if you still have that, you still have a pivot. You just got to dig deeper and get more
What
creative on how
go
to
there
use
and
it.
didn't learn shit. Go there, pay for it, and didn't learn shit is wasted.
I mean, how many degrees can you get from a university, right? That you
And
ain't wasted.
I agree with what Dust said in the beginning. Like, I went to college I was in my early 30s when I went back. I had went after high school, didn't finish, left it alone, worked the whole time since then. But I would decide to go back in my early 30s. I was like, this is really what we paying for. I'm paying just to have something because you're not teaching me anything. And you're going to learn more through the lessons of actually doing the job. This is why so many companies have people who are incompetent, because you got people with a piece of paper, but they don't have the common sense to actually work through problems, to problem solve and all that. They need all the hand holding and all that. We
Now,
just got paper people. We got a people with a certificate saying that they went to school.
Yeah.
That's
And Gina, like you're totally right. One thing that we,
on that paper.
if you don't mind, Gina, you're totally right. One thing that we started to communicate with other people here was the piece of paper will get you looked at. How you navigate those early relationships to the job or opportunity you want, that'll get you the attention to get in the door. But what you actually know and how you sustain those networks and learn and advance, that'll keep you in the door and advance. It's like it's not like, oh, I get this like it used to be, right? Oh, I get our degree, like, we good now, right? We all solid, right? Before 08, all this stuff, right? It used to be that. But it's not that, and that's 3-step. It's literally, if I can, we have a whole situation to break everything down. But honestly, there's like a lot of different steps to this. And it's not about just like the piece of paper will get you looked at for sure. But now everybody got a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, it's like, okay, I use my piece of paper, to get looked at. And the people that are looking at me, if I'm not capitalizing on who's looking at me and then making sure that we can solidify relationships or know if I can actually, build a relationship with that person, I don't even know like how far that's going to go. And then the other part is once I'm in the door, building off of my relationships, the piece of paper that got me looked at, like, please follow me. The piece of paper got me looked at. Now I'm in the door using those relationships I was looking at me. I'm in the door, but I still got to learn everything as well, like any other person, employee on the job. And if I'm not using that responsibly with the people that I'm learning around, like all these smart people, if I'm not using that responsibly, man, like anybody can be replaced, like period, So nothing is promised. And you can ask yourself, is that government or not? Is that both inclusive or what?
People.
But it's like, regardless of it's corporate or not, I think that's just the cycle of just being an adult these days, because you have to leverage that.
I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question. I know we're getting close to night time, but I want y'all to take something with you. And this is a reality on how much the world is going to rely on the government somehow, some way or another. And like I said, government might be possibly the most clever creation since the creation of mankind. When you when somebody dies, they go to a mortician, right? At a mortuary or a morgue. And there's something else that is rooted in the same fashion as those words. And it's called mortgage. When you mortgage your home, your property, or anything that you would mortgage on, the Latin root or the word, the meaning for mortgage is debt until death.
What the?
Mortgage is literally translated as debt until death. So even though,
Crazy.
and now I fuck everybody's head up, right? You go
That's
to sleep
crazy.
on it.
You over here went in a whole monologue. You was like, and here we got the good book of Billy.
So listen, man, regardless of which, man, even when it comes to a simple thing like dying, how simple is that?
Nah, it's super
All gonna
complicated.
do it. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. Guess what
You
your
know,
family has to do
when you
now?
leverage that in insurance, insurance is probably
Armel,
better than that.
Armel, guess what your family has to do now as soon as you die? They gotta go to the
Party.
government. They gotta
Yeah,
ask
party.
permission to put you in the ground.
No, I ain't going in
They
the
have to have a death certificate before you even get to insurance.
Exactly. They have to have a qualified person to handle your body.
Just burn me. We'll be all right.
The government has got your balls. That's all I'm saying. The government got your balls until you die, till you check out, man.
Burn me, put my body in some rounds, mix it with some gunpowder, put it in some rounds to be spiciest rounds.
Yeah, government is all good. Let's hope they lies because I like my check on the first.
But, listen,
The first and the 31st.
Amazing conversation
Heard?
today.
I like mine every day. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, I like my check that I get for breathing, bro. So let the government long live USA.
Yo, hopefully somebody learned something today, or at least felt included, felt educated a bit about what's going on, just enough to provoke yourself to look into these certain issues and things going on. Not saying that you can control it nor change it, but at least prepare your reactions, prepare your next moves, because
Yes, sir.
plenty things in the world that are always gonna wave up and down and across us or out of our eyesight. But if you stay prepared within your own self-sustainability, you'll be better off that way. So, folks,
Real quick, Billy and Miss Erica, Mrs. Erica, how do you guys answer the question you proposed today? I know you kind of put it in pieces, but to end this, how do you answer the question?
yes. Do I trust my government? Yes. To exist? Yes. To always have more control than we have over ourselves? Yes. I trust them too. I don't trust them to do the right thing with any power or any ability that they have. But I do trust that they're going to be there longer than I'm going to be here.
Oh, that's a fact.
God damn, Billy.
Do you
Billy
trust
it's
them
like,
to save
it's
you?
just like Jerry Springer.
Billy just dropped the mic. There you go, Billy.
It's true. I do agree with you. I also
Yeah.
agree that it's going to sound a little crazy, but if you have siblings, you know what I'm saying? Every time your older siblings that try to control you get to an age where you're like, nah, not with it. Sometimes you get a little back, you know? And what happens naturally, they back off. So, but I am with Billy on that. I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Listen, y'all take y'all funky asses to bed, man, because we gonna.
Dang, you always get me right when I'm about to go to bed, and I'm like,
damn.
I gotta go on. I gotta go.
I'm waiting on the end of the game.
I am too, Ray.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
go
kick up dust.
Steelers. The
Oh,
Steelers
no, I
are
got
up.
that IG with something
I'm talking about the Saints.
We got a
Yo,
link.
hit me up, dog.
Yeah.
Same handle here.
I was looking for you. Yeah, I
Man,
ain't
I'm
see you
kind of
though.
worried about my
I
boys,
ain't
though.
see you. Yeah.
King of Dust, one word.
Killer.
King of Dust 308, one word.
All right. One word. I got you.
One word. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see it
Hey,
soon.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for stopping by, hanging out with us. Hope you have a wonderful Monday night, and we shall see y'all on Wednesday.
Wednesday it is.
Did everybody do their weigh-in? Today's weigh-in Monday.
Was it?
Oh,
I played that Saturday.
Yeah, yours is Saturdays, but everybody else.
Well, I weighed in last week when I went to go take my physical.
Yeah.
It said 171.
Skilly.
I weighed in.
Oh, everybody's
I
on the
weighed the same thing I weighed last week.
I weighed in. Now,
I weigh a lot.
any more questions?
I am a heavyweight.
Man, go weigh in, y'all. Take care.
That's what we're doing. We're weighing in on Mondays, and because I see your forehead looks like you got a six pack. I seen them pushes, dog. I seen you doing your push-ups. You getting, you know what I'm saying? You're getting pretty, you know.
Yes, kick up the Monday's weigh-in. So every Monday, you want your pounds to go down. We're trying to get fit. So
We're just
struggling.
we're just trying to take care of ourselves, take care of our health,
resilient dad.
so we can exist, so we could be here as long as the world need us. You know, resilient dad, I appreciate you, brother, every step of the way. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your opinion on things, and I appreciate you questioning us.
Right.
And
weighing
asking
in.
our opinion, yeah, as opposed to me shoving my opinion down everybody else's
Hey, don't finish
opinion
that.
hole. What?
Yo, at the RGH, we're gonna have a remediator drink now because resilient dad.
That's right. Let me get 2 remediators on the rocks. Till then, y'all. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Enjoy the night. Peace.
Later, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been real.
Thanks. All right, thanks, really.
Oh, I never
You
pressed
never
end stream.
ended.
Oh, my bad, y'all.